Start in child's pose. Child's pose, take a few breaths here. Feel free to rock your forehead left to right. And then move through your shoulders and even rock through your hips. Couple of deep inhales followed by a deep exhale. And the next inhale, go ahead and reach forward onto your cupcake hands, onto your fingertips. As you reach forward, try to slide your shoulder blades away from your ears, kind of squeeze the pencil between the shoulder blades action. Big inhale, and then walk your hands to the right. Maybe your left hand on top of your right, sinking your hips back down. And then find the length with the breath, so all along the left side body. And then come back to center. Reach your fingertips forward, slide the shoulder blades back. Inhale, and then we'll walk to the left. Lengthening all along the right side body. And then the next inhale brings you back to center. Press into your palms, lift up your fingers, and pull yourself forward. We'll do a couple of seal poses, back and forth. Back and forth. And maybe the third or fourth time, come up to that closed knee tabletop. Bring your hands wide. Your knees are together, your toes are tucked side to side. I didn't even hear you come in. In my own little world. And bring it around. Holding on to the areas that are a little tighter. And then let's come into an aligned tabletop, go through some cats and cows. So line up your joints, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck and round. Couple more on your own breath, go a little bit deeper. And then after this next one, we'll do the wrists. So you can start with your fingertips to the sides. Rocking, and then fingertips towards you. Maybe tuck the toes. Back and forth. And holding the stretch, maybe roll out the thumb joint. Ooh. Bend the elbows, get into your fingers. Another way is just to press, interlace your hands and press your palms on the tops of your hands. Make a fist, open it up to get some blood into your fingers. And then we're going to move into a side stretch from here. So kickstand the right foot out. It's a modified Vashisthasana, but it's a great side body stretch. Point your toes on the left foot, reach to the fingertips. Just make sure that left shoulder is still integrated. Then come up to the right knee, inhale, and exhale, gate pose. We'll go back and forth again. Inhale up, exhale, reach. One more time, back and forth. Inhale up, exhale. Come on up, inhale. Fingertips hand down. Maybe this time you lift the foot, lengthen. You can grab the big toe side, chest expansion. And releasing into a calf, Achilles stretch. So come back around, keep the left leg straight. Press into your toes, or rather your heel. You can lift that right leg. And then back to tabletop. We'll do the other side. So kickstand the other leg, come into Vashisthasana modified on that side. Lengthen, good. Spinning the ribs towards the sky. Go ahead and come up onto the knee, reach, and then gate pose up and over. Inhale up, lengthen both sides of the waist, and then back to the front. One more time, back and forth. Inhale up, and exhale, gate. Inhale up, gate, stay there, or lift the foot. Grab the big toe side. Just make sure your left shoulder's over your wrists. Chest expansion. Releasing for your calf, Achilles. Swing it around. Press into your right toes, drawing your heel down. And let's come back to tabletop. Set up. Actually, let's do a shoulder stretch here. So we're going to thread the needle. Bring the right arm high. And thread it underneath. Your palm is up. Sink onto your right shoulder. Sort of leaning, putting most of your weight on your right knee. Walk your left hands forward. Just make sure your neck's not compromised. Then walk the left hand back under your shoulder. Come out of it just how you came into it. Inhale, right arm high. Back to tabletop. Left arm, inhale high. Thread it underneath. Palm is up. Gently set your head down. Lean into the left side body. Maybe walk the right fingertips forward. All right, walk your right hand back. Come out of it like you came into it. Inhale. Back to tabletop. Set your down dog foundation. Send your hips high. Warm up your down dog. Pedal it out. See if you can move through your hips and your shoulders. All right, go ahead and widen your stance. Bend your knees a lot, and we're just going to start by pressing your chest towards your thigh bones. Broaden your collarbone. And then walk your hands back to your feet for your ragdoll. Take your time here. Little micro bend in your knees. And sway. Or just stay still in that front position till your spine and your hamstrings start to release just a little bit. And then maybe some movement, maybe a variation, some traction. Clasp the hands. You can clasp the hands, interlace them behind your head. That always feels good. Yeah, or shoulder expansion. All right, bring your hands to the floor, bring your feet back to hip width, just to set up for plank, and walk it out. Plank pose, pushing the floor away, super strong in your legs, so draw up through your kneecaps, hinge forward and lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point your toes, toenails down, fingertips to the sides. You can point your toes so your kneecaps lift. Engage your core, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And lower. One more, and we'll do the little twist here. Inhale as you come up. Gaze over your right shoulder, and then drop your left. Inhale up. Drop your right. Inhale up, and then lower. All right, bring your hands to your sides. So they can either stay to your sides or interlace. Clasp the hands, lift the chest, lift the legs. Keep your neck nice and long. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower 1/2 inch. Inhale, lift, 1/2 inch. Inhale, lift, and continue to breathe here. Keep pulling your knuckles to the back wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift your knees, high plank to downward dog. And we'll go through a couple Surya Namaskar A's. So inhale, bend the knees, jumper step, top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale your air and fold. Flip the palms, rise up, inhale. You're gonna do a heart expansion and hold it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up, exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Halfway lift, plant your hands, step it back to high plank. You can always come to your knees, chaturanga, or all the way down. Up dog, belly buttons moving between your thumbs. Adho Mukha, downward dog. One more time here. Inhale, bend the knees. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Up you go. Inhale. Exhale, cactus, hold. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, 3 you go. Inhale, up. Uttanasana, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. High plank, chaturanga, or lower down, up dog. And we're gonna meet in downward facing. Big breath here. Open mouth, let it go. Let's inhale the right leg high, and then bend that knee, open the hip. See if you can draw your left heel towards the mat a little bit more and open. See if you can find space between your right hip and your right ribs. Inhale, and slowly take a giant step on the outside of your right pinky. Once you're there, make sure your shoulders are over your wrists and walk your foot forward a little bit more. We're gonna come to lizard. You can stay elevated. Maybe come to your elbows, maybe the knife edge of your right foot. But try not to strain your neck here. All right, go ahead and lift your head. So you can stay on your elbows, but bring your left knee down and bring your right arm high. Yeah. Reach the back wall, stay there, or bring your left foot to meet your right hand. Maybe you can grab it, maybe not. Pull towards you and twist. All right, go ahead and release your foot. Come back up to your hands. So I think I did this last week. We're gonna do this pyramid variation. So you're just gonna straighten both legs. From here, curling your toes toward you. Your option to stay there or come all the way forward. In 5, we're gonna bring the right leg straight back to 3-legged down dog. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, pause it there, square up your hips. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly bring your knee to your nose. Hug it up and in. Step the foot on the inside of your right thumb. Good. So your knee is right over your ankle. Left hand down, we're just gonna twist arms, 12 and 6. Stay there or come onto the knife edge, the left foot. As you send the hips down, you can open the shoulder. In 3, you're gonna come all the way around, wide leg forward fold. 2 and 1. So up and around. Bringing the feet parallel, any variation here. Can be ragdoll, you can grab the opposite feet or walk your hands underneath. Always just keep a little micro bend in your knees too. Fire up your breath. And then walk your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna do Skandasana just on the left knee bent side. So you're gonna bend the left knee. You can stay high if you've got knee injuries or come all the way down. To get into the right hamstring, slide your right heel towards the mirror a little bit more. And your left tricep is pressing into your left thigh. All right, walk your right hand back up towards your left, and then we'll twist. Inhale, right arm high. And walk it back, wide leg forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. All right, inhale halfway, walk it back to flow lunge front. Plant your hands, maybe an Ekapada high plank. Chaturanga or all the way down. Up dog or cobra. Adho Mukha. All right, inhale, left leg high, bend that knee, open that hip, root down through your right heel. Inhale, slowly bringing the left foot on the outside of the left pinky. Once you land, line up your shoulders over your wrists. Maybe scoot your foot forward and then lizard, whatever you did on the other side. Find your breath. All right, lift up your head. You can come back up to your hands if you want, but drop the right knee. Inhale the left arm high. Reach the back wall. And then maybe grab the pinky side of your left foot. Pull the heel toward you so you feel a really big quadricep stretch. And then release. Come back up to your hands for pyramid. So you're just folding on the inside of your left thigh. Stay there and maybe draw the left foot forward. You're on the backs of your toes, so you're pressing into your toes. In 5, three-legged dog with the hips square. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see if you can square your hips up. Inhale, knee to nose and step it through. Knee over ankle. From here, right hand planted, left hand high. Arms are at 12 and 6 o'clock. And then stay here or drop onto the knife edge. Your hips press down, your left side of your heart opens. Just feel it in the left glute. In 3, we'll come all the way around to wide leg. 2 and 1, all the way around. This time, let's grab the big toes with your peace fingers. Use your biceps to pull yourself down. You can continue to kind of flow a little bit with your breath. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you fold. Inhale. All right, walk your hands under your shoulders. Skandasana right, so bend the right knee. Come down to where it's comfortable for your knee. Slide your heel towards the mirror, lean in. Walk the left hand back, pushing the right tricep into your right thigh. Inhale. Bring it back down, hips high, Prasarita. This time, let's go to down dog hands. Inhale to your toes. Exhale to your heels. Press your chest through the gateway of your shoulders. Broaden your collarbone. Just another way to think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. In 5, we'll walk the hands back under the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk it back. Halfway lift to the front. Low lunge. High plank, maybe lifted. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. All right, let's inhale, bend the knees, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink the hips. Bring the arms up. All right, try to create a nice neutral pelvis. Bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen. Left elbow, right thigh. Lengthen and twist. Pulling your left hip back. You don't even need to look. Just pull your left hip back. Pull your right shoulder open. In 5, forward fold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Jumper step. Go through your vinyasa to downward dog. All right, so the option here, we're going to come to three-legged dog. So right leg high, right knee either to right tricep 3 times, or you're going to do that pyramid variation. You can slide. And we're going to meet in three-legged down dog. 3 times, either variation. Three-legged dog, square up your hips, knee to nose. Low lunge. All right, from here, drop your foot to 45 degrees and pull your left hip forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Come on up. Bringing your ribs forward. Bring your hands behind. Interlace your hands. As you inhale, Pull your knuckles to the mat, open your heart, and then extend forward. Humble warrior. You can let the hands, maybe they come a little bit off your back, maybe they come all the way over your head. In 5, we're coming back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, trying to square up the hips to the front. Root down through your right foot. We're coming to toppling tree. So you're gonna lean forward, lift the left leg. Keep lifting the chest as you squeeze the shoulder blades. Bring your hands to the lower back, then to your heart. Jiva squat. Inhale here, Jiva squat for 3. Inhale back, Jiva. 1 more, inhale back, Jiva. All right, bring it back. And as you lift the lifted leg, lower down. So you're bending the right knee, hands to the floor or your blocks. All right, let's just fold over the right leg. Little micro bend in the right leg. You can keep your left hand on the mat, grab the back of the calf with the right hand. Ooh. Nice balance, Eric. So as you flex the toes of your left foot, you're gonna get more height. All right, cross your left foot on the outside edge of your right. And fold. Continue to breathe, length on the inhale and depth on the exhale. Root down through your right foot. One more time, left leg to standing splits. And then both feet together, fold. This time, grab the backs of your calves and hug your torso. Compress your torso towards your thigh bones. Release the hands, bend the knees, chair pose. Hands to heart. Lengthen, right elbow to left knee. Good. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. Pull your right hip back a little bit. Good. Open the left shoulder in 3, forward fold. 2, and 1, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, jumper step, high plank. You can be on your toes or knees, chaturanga, Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, inhale, left leg high. Option 1 is knee to tricep. Option 2 is coming into that pyramid variation for 3. Meeting in 3-legged dog. Hips are square. Knee to nose, low lunge. Look back at your right foot. Dial it to a 45-degree, pull your right hip forward, reach up, warrior 1. You can always check, bring the ribs forward. Bring the hands behind, interlace, knuckles to the floor, open the heart. Inhale. And then lean forward. Think about how much length you can get from your tailbone to your head. Then relax your necks. Let the hands squeeze the shoulder blades. In 5, we come up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so make sure that you didn't turn to the side. You're back forward. Root down through your left foot, toppling tree. Neck is nice and long. Release the hands to the lower back, then to your heart. Inhale, Jiva squat for 3. Inhale back, Jiva squat. Inhale back, Jiva squat. Inhale back. All right. Bend your left knee, lift your right as you lower to standing splits. Right hand can stay where it is. Grab the back of the calf with your left hand. I love this pose on the other side. All right, go ahead and release the hands to the floor and bring your right foot outside edge to meet the left outside edge and fold. Root down through your left foot, standing splits one last time. Inhale, press it back. Bring both feet together. Fold, grab the backs of the calves, pull yourself down, a little compression, belly to thighs. Release, let's come all the way up and reset here, mountain pose. Hands to heart. Anjali Mudra, a couple breaths. All right, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open heart. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up, lengthen. Uttanasana, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump. Vinyasa through. To down dog. All right, just pause here. Maybe take a big inhale, big open mouth, let it go. All right, changing it up. Let's inhale the right leg high. Knee to nose, and then through to low lunge. Once you're set in low lunge, bring your left knee down, and you're gonna press the hips down, lift your chest, and then come back. You don't have to totally straighten the right leg, but sort of straight. Come back, crescent moon, press the hips down, lift the chest. Come back, and we'll do it one more. Crescent moon is the inhale, chest is lifted, and then hold pyramid here. Folding forward, again, you can compress your torso towards your thigh bones. Try to square up your lower back by pulling your right hip back. In 5, let's come back to crescent moon. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to crescent moon. Press the hips forward, lift the chest. Maybe a little back bend this time. All right, come back to low lunge. Left hand planted, right hand high. All right, this is a balance. We're gonna come up to twisted crescent lunge. So bring the arms wide and you're twisting towards the door, towards the side. Arms are parallel, your fingers are spread. Back leg is super strong. Look forward. You're gonna come to chair in slow motion, step it forward. Good. Shoulders are in their sockets. Root down through your right foot, we'll hover the left. Warrior 3. So you're reaching forward, dial the left pinky toe down, flex the foot. In 3, you're gonna bring the left toes back to the mat. 2 and 1. So you're still reaching forward. Inhale, warrior 1. All right, this one, you're gonna bring your right hand up and around. So maybe you can hook it to your hip or grab your clothes. Lengthen up, high five the back wall. Keep drawing your ribs together to support your lower back. Come back up, both arms up, inhale, open it up to warrior 2. Once your feet are set, back foot parallel, right toes forward. Inhale, exhale, skandasana. The depth just depends on how your knees are feeling. 2 more times. Inhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, reverse. From here, bring your right foot parallel to your left and fold forward. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Hands under the shoulders, halfway lift, walk it to the front, low lunge. All right, so if you want to block, tell me. But I'm using a block on the outside of my right ankle. So bring your hand, good. Drop your foot to parallel to the back. And then bring the left arm high. Good. Anybody want to block? Eric, you good? Okay, all right. So use this, you're pressing into the block. So you're opening. Don't fall over, but open. And then straighten your right leg. Maybe dial the block up. Rebend the left knee. This transition, left hand down, spin, right hand high. Side plank, either left knee down or slide it over, stack. Rainbow the hips up, any variation, you can lift, whatever you want to do here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plank. Go through your vinyasa to downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Knee to nose, low lunge. Right knee down. Inhale, press the hips down, lift the chest. Exhale, pyramid. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Hold it here. You can check if your back is square. If it's not, you're gonna pull the right hip forward, left hip back. In 3, we're coming back to crescent moon. 2 and 1, crescent moon. Drop the hips, press them forward, lift the chest. I don't want you to feel it in the lower back. All right, lift. Right hand down, left hand high. All right, here we go. Up you go, twisted crescent. Super strong through the back leg, left shoulder open, arms are parallel. Look forward. Come forward, chair. This time, you're gonna hover the right foot. Warrior 3. Step it back. Spin that right heel down, or I'm sorry, right pinky toe down. Step the foot back, reach forward. Warrior 1. Left hand behind. Reach up and high five. Just make sure you don't lose that left knee bend. Come back to center, both arms up. Inhale, exhale, warrior 2. Set your feet. Inhale, exhale, skandasana. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. I think I did too many. Warrior 2, reverse. Woo. All right, square the left foot to the right and fold. Walk the hands under the shoulders, halfway lift, come back to the front. All right, extended side angle variation. Left hand on the outside, right foot parallel, right arm high. All right, once you're there, lean back. You can change the dial of your block if you want. Trikonasana. Same idea, leaning back, opening the right side body. All right, transition is to twisted low lunge. Bend the left knee, right hand planted, left hand high, Vinyasa. Just stack the right shoulder over the left, any variation, rainbow the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go through your vinyasa. And I'll meet you in downward dog. All right, go ahead and come to child's pose. Let's do a reverse namaste. Bring the palms to touch. Bring the thumbs to the nape of your neck. About 3 more breaths here, and we're going to go through that flow, the second flow, and add just a couple of things. All right, extend the arms back out. Find your way to down dog. Inhale, right leg high, knee to nose, step it on the inside of your thumb. And just once this time, left knee down, press the hips down, inhale. Exhale, pyramid. In 3, we'll come back to low lunge, 2, and 1, low lunge. Left hand down, right arm high. It's super solid here. Twist, come up to twisted. Look forward, chair. Hover the left foot. Warrior 3. Step the left foot back. Warrior 1. Right hand behind. Reach up, high five, open your heart. Keep the core engaged so you're not putting too much pressure. Lower back. Come back up, inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, skandasana for 1. Inhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, turn the feet parallel. Exhale, fold. All right, so on this side, optional inversion, either a yoga headstand or a tripod headstand, or if you're working on floating up to a handstand. Keep your breath moving. All right, coming back to Prasarita fold. Let's add a twist here. So bring the hands under the shoulders, walk your hands to your left foot. You're gonna grab your left foot with your right hand. Inhale, left arm high. Use the right bicep to increase the twist for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, fold. Hands under shoulders halfway, walk it to the right foot. Grab the right foot with the left hand, inhale. Now use the left bicep to twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, fold. Halfway lift, walk it to the front. Left hand planted, right hand high. Last time, Vinyasa. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High plank. Vinyasa, or just meet me in down dog. We got one side left. Last one. Inhale, left leg high. Knee to nose and then through to low lunge. Right knee down. Inhale, press the hips forward. Pyramid fold and hold. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Low lunge. Right hand planted, twist. Bring it up, twisted crescent. Look forward, stay low. Lift the right foot to a hover. Warrior 3. Bring the right foot back. Lean forward, warrior 1. Left hand behind. Lift up, high 5. Come back up to the sky. Warrior 1, inhale. Warrior 2. Stay here on your inhale. Exhale, last set, Skandasana 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Turn the toes parallel and fold. All right, frog pose. Move your feet back, hold your mat, bring your knees to the floor. Find your edge. Flex your toes. So you want your knees and ankles to be in alignment. Maybe come to your elbows, maybe come to your chest. Keep breathing. Three more breaths. Slowly move your way back to wide leg fold. Halfway lift. Walk it to the front, low lunge. Right hand planted, left hand high. Vashisthasana, any variation. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. High plank. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Downward facing dog. Good. All right, guys, jumper step through to seated. Grab a drink. What time it is. A little bit belly up. Oh, I don't have a ton of time. All right. So start on your back. We'll get our belly up in because I know you guys love it. So lower back down, you're gonna scissor the legs, fingertips behind the ears, lift the chest, lift the head, and alternate. Open mouth exhale when you're doing core. Make sure the lower back doesn't arch. 10, 9, 8, and 6. We're gonna add the twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twist. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So bring your knees into your chest. And let's do a little bit for the upper abs. Extend your legs up your imaginary wall, hands by your sides. Just gonna do the reverse crunch. So you're gonna lift and lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the legs up, tee out your arms, and your knees can be a little bent. You're gonna bring the legs part way to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. And center. Left and center. Right and center. 2 more each side. Last one. Bring your knees into your chest. You can roll it out. Lower back. We're going to meet in garland pose. Feet wide. Triceps are on the insides of your knees. If this bugs your knees, you can either come seated or sit on the block. All right, so we're just going to work through a peak pose here kind of quick. Bring your hands down, your hips high, walk your feet in, and fold. All right, step the left foot back into a low lunge, left knee down. Option 1, half Hanuman. Option 2, you can use your blocks here. Walk the left knee back. All right, so if you come up to about here, use a block underneath your hamstring. Okay. Give me 3 more breaths here. Good. Wherever you are is perfect. Come back. Or the tabletop. But I want you to come back to the top of the mat. And fold. All right, here we go, the other side. Low lunge, right foot back. Right knee down. Half Hanuman. Or use the blocks. Move the right knee back. It's warm in here, but it's definitely easier with the heat. 3 more breaths. Awesome, guys. Whew. I'm out of it. This time, let's just come to a seat with the feet out in front. Shake out the legs. Let's come to Supta Baddha. Grab your ankles. You want to be on your sit bones here. Grab your ankles, press down, then maybe reach forward. Kind of releasing your lower back. We're not doing anything, but just letting it release. When you're ready, come on to your back. Supta Baddha. Maybe a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. From here, you want to do legs up the wall, maybe a dead bug, maybe you're ready for Shavasana. Whatever you pick, just let your body tell you where it needs to go. And then any restorative pose. Just a couple of minutes. Guys, take your time. Maybe one more full body stretch. Maybe come onto your side body. Eventually we'll meet in a seat. Bring your hands to your heart space. Thank you guys so much for making it to class. Your energy, your effort, and your light. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. May there be peace in your minds and peace in your hearts. Namaste.